Hi guys, so me and my friends were going camping in a few weeks, and I thought, what is a very useful camping tool that I don't have? A pocket knife. So, in today's video, I'm going to attempt to make a pocket knife using only this, and this. But yeah, so I'm gonna cut all this out. I'm not gonna do much forging, if any. Just because I want it to fold, and getting things to close to dimensions from forging is rather difficult. Right, so I lied. There is going to be a bit of forging, but it's mostly just flattening off this bit of leaf spring. Right, that'll do. So I am going to, because this is leaf spring, heat this up, let it all cool down to normalise it, because this thing will have been abused in a previous life. Oh, that's toasty. So while that's doing that, I'm going to get on with this. I'm just going to mark out this handle and cut it out. So I've just gone over that with a pen. Right, so I've just blasted this out roughly, and now I'm going to switch to a grinding disc and just bring it all in. Okay, so I just threw some sparks on my hand with an angle grinder, and all of those little black shards are all stuck into my skin. That hurt. Right, so this is now finished. So time to do another. And I'm just clamp them both together, and I'm going to file them so they're both the same. Right, so that is them two now the samesies. So I'm going to check if that bit of steel in the forge is cooled down again. Right, so I've gone over the blade with the pen now, so time to just cut out. Right, so I've got this very much roughed out. Right, so I've now got this brought into final. So now these all fit together like this. That will swing back. So I'm now going to cut my pin stock out of this. Well, this is an issue that I didn't foresee. I swear to God, I'm actually about to murder someone. Both of those drill bits have just snapped. Both. That's now 3. Okay, so while seconds away from a mental breakdown, I managed to get the pin through, so it's all good. Right, so up at this stage, this is all right, and so it does move, and it does go back in and out. Only problem is, to fix that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a spacer that goes in here, and that's going to catch this and stop it from swizzling all the way out. Okay, so what I've done here is I've closed it, and then I've scribed on, that's the outline of the blade. Right, so that's roughly what I want it to be like. Right, so I've now got this all ground up. Now, it's not actually thick enough. I need to put 2. So, I guess that's another one to make. Right, so there's one, and there's the second. Right, so I've drilled a hole through this, and I've just put a pin through it. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little bead of weld on there at the end. Right, so for the second bit of forging of the project, that wasn't meant to be forging, I'm going to widen out the little flipper thing so that I can make it catch on the back of the knife. Just go there. I'm now going to just heat this up, normalize it, because I am scared atrociously of cracking this. Right, so I've given this a quick brush. Now, I guess it's time to get all this sorted. Right, so I've got this put together, and I've just brought this down and marked first the point where it starts touching, and then I just let it open and the point where the paddle goes to. So I'm going to remove a notch down in between these 2 points. Right, so that now opens the right amount and closes the right amount with those spaces. Time to grind the bevels, heat treat, and then rivet together. So I've got this all ground up now. So I'm just gonna, so that thing is at least harder than this file, which is perfect. So now it just needs to be tempered. Right, so I've just put that in for temper, but I want to get the finish the same on all of these as well. So I'm gonna bung these in the forge, heat them up, and then I'm gonna effectively do the same thing, but it's not gonna harden them because these are just mild steel. Right, so now I'm just going to polish up the high spots with some emery cloth, and I'm going to polish up the edges as well. Alright guys, so it's the next day now. I got this out of the temper last night and just left it on the side. So this should now not be too brittle. I'm going to finish grind this. Got to keep it really cool so that I don't ruin that temper. And then rivet it all together. Oh yeah, got it ground, looking tasty, looking fresh, so clean. Now, I guess I'm assembling. So, I'm going to rivet these pins in. I'm gonna do the back one, rivet it. Right, so, I've taken the blade out, got this pin in, and I'm just gonna try and make sure it's all in the right positions. So, I'm gonna just start fiddling with this off camera, and I'll bring you back when it's all done. Right, so I've got all this riveted together now. It's just not got the blade in. So now I'm just gonna come and I'm gonna grind up this back here where these spaces don't quite match the handle. Okay, so I always underestimate how stiff a round rivet gets. I don't think this needs weld. Time to rivet the blade in, I guess. Or, no, I never put a choil in the blade. Right, I'm gonna go put a Spanish choil in the blade. So, I'm assuming not many people actually know. A Spanish choil or a sharpening choil is what you sometimes put at the start of a bevel, and it just gives you a definitive stop on when to stop sharpening. So it's just a really subtle feature, but it gives you a definitive stop to the edge. I won't be sharpening this for legal reasons because I think technically it's a one-hand open, which makes it a flick knife, which also makes it illegal. So this will not be sharpened. Which kind of defeats the purpose, but I mean, I'm too far in now. Right, so now I'm just gonna rivet the blade in exactly the same as I did with the handle. Right, so while at the bottom, the rivet getting incredibly stiff was a good thing, up at the top, not so much. So, I need to figure out a way to fix this. Try oil. Oh, that is proper stiff. That is not moving at all. Oh, we've got movement. Now, obviously, having to open and close it with a hammer is not ideal. So I'm hoping the more I work it, the looser it will get. Right guys, so I hope you enjoyed watching this project. This has been the air quotes knife because it's not really sharp. So let's just call it decorative object because I've only just started my YouTube channel. I don't already want to get it flagged. So thank you for watching this. This has taken 3 days, 2 staples, a bit of leaf spring, a bit of mild steel, and about 3 drill bits. But I now have a blunt knife. So I mean, who's the real winner here? Anyway, if you enjoyed watching this video, give it a like. It'd be much appreciated if you didn't give it a dislike. If you've got anything you want to see or anything you want to let me know, leave it in the comments. If you really enjoyed the video, or you really enjoyed me, which is the right answer, drop me a subscribe. Otherwise, have a great day. Next video will be out on Wednesday. Later, gamers.